All right, we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. The markets are open. It is noon Eastern time. So the markets have been open for over 2 hours now. Let's go and take a look. The S&P 500 is pumping again. Let's go take a look at the markets. We will take a look at Bitcoin. Let me refill my mug. And we will be off to screen share. All right, had a nice relaxing weekend out in the woods, chopping some wood. I had to do some videos of that. That was great. Those of you that caught the Q&A, I really got to be careful in drinking multiple glasses of tequila on 24 hours of no food because I normally only eat once a day. So good idea to save the drinking until after the massive meal. All right, let me pause that and let's do it. Hope the sound's good, the video's good. Still waiting for my computer to go on sale. All right, let's look at the daily S&P 500 and then we will go from there. That will be our starting point. I need to move this out of the way to here and that can go there. Okay. So I had my concerns. The TA was saying one thing and my gut was telling me another. Now they're starting to line up. I have to go bullish here. So this is the new MRI indicator. I know you guys are so used to the numbers and you still have access to those numbers if you've purchased the TI indicator. In the future, probably in a month or two, if my assuming all the work with my developer goes good, in a month or two, this will no longer be available for sale. It will only be this one, and I am actually enjoying not seeing those numbers. It cleans it up for me, and it makes it a lot easier. Now, these stars will be altered in my latest code, but I'm also trying to make this flexible so you can decide when you consider the trend changing. You don't have to rely on me. I don't want you to rely on me. I want you to come up with mathematical, and it'll be customizable inside the indicator. So I got this green star on this weird doji candle. And the star means, hey, it's a bullish trend. It'll probably go higher. It doesn't have to go higher, but it has a high chance of going higher. Well, this red star said that there was a high chance of going lower, and it did not. It went lower for like 2 hours the next day, and then it was all over. But this green star told you, hey, there's a high probability that it's going to go higher, and it did. And this is where it told you that the top is in. But then the following candle really took you, almost covered that entire candle. This is known as piercing line, this candle. Those of you that are interested in candlestick analysis, of course, I am teaching the risk management workshop on Saturday. The Learn Trading, I try to update this every day. I'm trying to fill this out. I have a lot more indicators to do. We have a lot more pictures to add, but this page is being edited and filled out. I'm trying to do a little bit every single day. Oh, this isn't even the latest. Hold on. That's not even the latest. Because I did some updates this weekend. Yeah, there you go. See, I added MFI, I added CMF. These are clickable links. I'm just showing this to you basically. But these are the clickable links you want to click on to read about these things in depth. And it takes time to, make sure that all this is good, decent links. So I read all of these links before I post them. And we have a lot more to go. And then I have a lot more sections that I need to add here. All right, so how do we get onto this? Okay, piercing line. That is right here somewhere, right there. Okay, that's this, where you have this candle that covers the majority of the prior red candle. Let's go back. So what do we got now? Well, see, when I got this green star, Tone, I just want an indicator that tells me when to buy and when to sell, and it's never wrong. Yeah, good luck with that. Can you just put one of those together? I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm really not kidding. I'm doing my best with MRI, and I will, after the MRI is done, the first thing I'm going to do after it's done is try to code it into an automated trading strategy, which I doubt I would share with anyone. But I'm going to code it up and I'm going to put it in the wild, and we'll see what happens. So right here, I didn't like this buying opportunity because it was a weird doji candle. I was just coming off a top. It was a double top, but now this 4-candle consolidation changes things a lot. If the market ends on this candle like you see it right now, this is a very bullish pattern. Also, all the moving averages are rising. There is nothing bearish about this chart. Absolutely nothing. So as much as I've been a bear on the S&P this whole time, a daily close like this candle makes me an S&P 500 bull. It is completely irrelevant. It is completely irrelevant what is happening in the real world. The technical analysis of the S&P 500 daily chart, if the candle closes like this, tells me the S&P 500 is bullish. That's it. I will be cautious with my stop losses. But basically, if tomorrow we are trading above this candle, I have no choice but to be a bull in the stock market. That's it. It's over. I've been trying to be a bear. I've been trying to pick these tops. I've done not a great job, but I've had a few profitable trades. There was actually, if I look at this top here on the futures market, you'll see another red arrow there on the MRI. And Dan, I see your question. If you have access to the TI, will you get access to the MRI? The answer is yes, you will. You will get access to both. You will have access to both. I can't promise you that the TI will be available forever. But I will try to keep it available for as long as possible. If that's forever, that's great for you. But I cannot guarantee that it will be available forever. MRI, well, nothing. I can't guarantee anything forever. But the probability of you having access to MRI forever is a lot greater than the probability of you having access to TI forever. But I will do my best to keep them both in full, keep them both active. But all future development will take place in the MRI. There will be one final update in the TI, and that's it. MRI will be the new one. So right there, you can see an arrow right at the top, and I shorted that. And then this one I actually didn't short. I got lucky because I wanted to short it. I just didn't get around to it. So I guess I got lucky in not getting stopped out of my trade. But this right here told me that the trend is bullish, just like this one here. Notice there's no red star on here, even though there is one in the cash market. So the futures market has actually been, the daily futures market has been cleaner when it comes to the indicators. And we are now breaking the swing high in the futures market. That's incredible. This looks like a giant cup and handle to me. And there's nothing I can say. It's bullish. The chart is bullish. I am now a bull of the S&P 500 for the rest of the week, unless this candle crashes into end of day, which it doesn't look like it will because it already rallied. Speaking of rally, it rallied at exactly 10 a.m. So once again, the 10 a.m. reversal that I love talking about, here's the opening candle. This is a classic Darth Maul candle, even though the Darth Maul candle was probably invented about 7 years ago when my friend Theo, when we were doing a show called The Trade on the World Crypto Network, said that word for the first time, and I thought it was awesome. So this is what we refer to as the Darth Maul candle, where you basically get destroyed one way or another, whether you're long or short. This is why I never ever trade market open. I have lost an unreasonable amount of money trading the first 15 minutes of market open. So now I never do it. So when do I like to take on a trade? I love to take on a trade at 10 a.m. And I love to look for a reversal at 10 a.m. As you can see, this candle here started at 9:50. So this candle ended at exactly 10 a.m. This is what I refer to as the 10 a.m. reversal. And if the trade was entered at exactly 10 a.m., by 10:30 a.m., you were up 0.6% on the S&P or a 19% move. That is awesome. Back when I was trading this strategy actively every day in the futures market, a 20% move on the S&P was rare. In today's market, of course, it's a lot more common. First, because of the volatility we're dealing with, and second, because the market is a lot more expensive. Back when I was trading this strategy, the S&P was barely $2,000. Now it's over $3,000. So a 20-point move on a $3,000 asset is clearly a lot easier to do than a 20-point move on a $2,000 asset. It's 33% more expensive. Okay, enough S&P talk. Let's talk about Bitcoin. And even though the S&P is popping to the upside, why isn't Bitcoin doing the same? And here is the hyperwave look at Bitcoin, and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in God knows how many weeks now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are going on the 11th week of consolidation, which is good, but we need more. And I'll talk about that in a second. So the hyperwave is still telling us that we are in danger and we're still stuck under wave 7, which is clearly has been consolidating lower than the prior swing high at 10,000, and definitely lower than the prior swing high between 11,000 and 14,000. This I wouldn't call this a bear market. I think we have started a bull market, but the start of a bull market does take some time. However, we are still more than 50% down from the all-time high in December of 2017. And there is a high probability we will be going into December of 2020, 3 years since the ultimate top, 50% lower than that top. That is very, very possible. And I'm sure many people did not see this coming, especially someone like John McAfee. But anyone that listens to John McAfee already has to rethink their life, but that's okay. Okay. Now, let's talk about the more active version of the weekly chart. Now, the active version, you do not see a single star, red or green, in the MRI indicator. So since this top, there has not been a single indication of a bullish trend or a bearish trend. This is why I am really enjoying watching the MRI than an indicator with all of those numbers, because it's just cleaner. What concerns me is I'm more afraid that these stars are going to act more like, well, Tone is telling me to buy and Tone is telling me to sell. I am not doing that at all. And this is one of the things that I have to be very careful about. The stars tell me that there is a high probability of a trend. When I see these numbers, red 1, green 1, red 1, red 2, red 3, red 4. Look, we had red 1, 2, 3, and 4. But I don't want to see those numbers because I don't want to be swayed by those numbers. This is why we're going away from them. And look, no stars. So even though we got 4 red numbers in a row, they were irrelevant to me because none of them represented the possibility of a trend change. And that's why I am really enjoying, the more I stop looking at TI and the more I look at MRI, the cleaner it is for me. And it's been absolutely accurate right here. There hasn't been a single star, and we've had no trend. We haven't trended in one direction or another. Okay, so it's been really, really good. One. All right, back. So am I still anticipating a pullback? The answer is yes. Now, I had two really good questions over the weekend, and I want to address them. Maybe I should, you know what? I'll leave the camera on for one of them, and I'll turn the camera off for another one. Maybe we'll do like a 2-minute video for Twitter on the other one. Okay. So the question was, Tone, you say that Bitcoin could correct through time, or Bitcoin could correct through a price drop. Have we not spent enough time consolidating to consider that enough time has passed, that Bitcoin has corrected and it's ready for a breakout? The answer is no, not yet. Here's my view on the subject. Bitcoin could correct through price very quickly. Here's a price correction that took place in 3 weeks. This candle was already rising. So it only took 3 weeks to correct through price. In order for, and then we went up quite a bit. You can see how long we were rising into the high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We were rising for 12 weeks to make the top. How long have we been consolidating? Well, let's start with this candle. I don't think this candle should count, but this candle seems like a consolidation candle. It still has high volatility, but it's okay. I'm gonna be on the side of caution here. So it took 12 candles to get to the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and that's the 12th candle. So we've only spent the same amount of time consolidating as we have rising. So for me, and I know Bitcoin moves faster, and someone mentioned Tesla, and Tesla is actually a good comparison to this. So in order for, in my opinion, in order for Bitcoin to correct through time, you need to be a lot closer to 9 months than to 3 months. Right now, we're at 3 months. I think we have to be closer to 9. So you want to make it at least 6 months of consolidation. Once you get past that 6th month, then you no longer need an extended drop to bottom out the price. Time has done it. So we are halfway to the minimum to consider a correction through time. Now, if this correction through time continues to make lower highs and equal lows, this is what happens. Basically, as you can see, and if you go back to these videos, you will hear me say the same thing. Look at the final stage of consolidation right here. Let's say, see, this was a pop to a new swing high, which was lower than prior swing high. By the way, these stars are not always perfect. Here is one that was a terrible buying opportunity. So you got to be careful here. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the 10th candle did it. I was saying the same exact thing. If this consolidation at 6,000 was going to bottom out the price, it would have needed to last closer to 9 months than 10 months. Now, let's see where we would have been had it lasted 9 months. So if this is candle, okay, let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, instead of counting, why don't I just hold the shift key and do this? Okay, so this is oh wait, I started too far away. Let's get rid of that. This is the consolidation start. Okay, so this was the 9th candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th candle. Sorry, that's strange. That okay. I guess not counting the first one. All right, so I have to count one extra. Now, what if we did 9 months? Now, assume in 9 months there's actually more than. Oh wait, we can do candles, right? So 9 months. Let's say 4 weeks. So 9 times 4. Let's do some math on live air. That's 36 candles plus at least 2 more candles because there's actually 52 weeks in a year, not 48. So let's do 38 candles. Where would we be? 38 candles. Wow, look at that. Takes us all the way to here. Takes us all the way to May. And the price was already pumping. So remember how I said closer to 9 months than 3 months. So anywhere beyond 6 months, we're good. So let's just say 7 months. So what's 7 times 4? 7 times 4, now that takes us to 28. So if I drop this to, let's say, to 30 candles, because you want to add 2 weeks, because some months have 5 weeks in a month. And look where we are. We are right there. And a few weeks before the big breakout. So this is exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Bitcoin could have bottomed at $6,000, but it needed to last till approximately the same time that Bitcoin was breaking out. Time doesn't change. Bitcoin needs X amount of time to work through its hype, overprice, whatever it is. And same thing today. So we can either keep consolidating between 9 and 10,000 for at least 3 more months into Q4, or we can drop down to the $7,000-8,000 range. What would I prefer? Well, I don't know. I'm 50-50. I don't care either way. I don't mind the drop. I'll be able to buy some, but at the same time, I'm a hodler. So if the price drops, I have less purchasing power. So I'm okay either way. The question is, are you okay either way? Which one helps you? If you're a trader that needs volatility, you're kind of screwed for 3 more months of horrible, no directional trading. If you have a lot of fiat waiting to buy, you want to drop. But if you have a lot of Bitcoin because you're already all in, you would rather have consolidation. You'd rather have more purchasing power. So everyone has their own biases as to what they want out of Bitcoin. But the charting reality is, if this is not enough time, in my opinion, to break us out to 12 or 13,000. All right, so that's one big question I wanted to answer. Okay, let's look at gold, and then I'll answer another question. Oh, GBTC premium. Let's see how that's doing. So the GBTC premium is still pretty damn low. Still low. Still a chance to buy in with a low premium. Oh, wait. Here's the daily symmetric triangle. I forgot to look at the daily chart. Now, here is a potential buying opportunity after a trend change. Things are coming together. This is a triple cluster of resistance. You have the 50-period moving average. You have the parabolic SAR, which isn't really resistance. It's actually your stop loss. And you have this triangle trend line. Now, we are coming dangerously close to the end of this triangle. And Bitcoin needs to break one way or another. Of course, it can keep consolidating. If Bitcoin continues to consolidate and it breaks out to, say, 96 and then comes back down to 9 and then moves back to 95, we will then can draw a horizontal channel of consolidation. Right now, this is still looking like a triangle. I think Bitcoin can rally. If the S&P is rallying, Bitcoin can still rally to 93, 9400. But then I still think the higher probability is that we are going to break to the downside. Okay, next, the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart is still in our descending triangle, which perfectly touched the top of that triangle. Look at that. Incredible. And we hit the top of the triangle, and now we are heading back down. So let's see if this descending triangle on a 4-hour coincides with the daily triangle, symmetric triangle. Now let's look at gold. Gold is consolidating at the top. Gold's been consolidating for quite a while as well. This is a beautiful consolidation. That is a beautiful breakout. We are consolidating again. I remain bullish gold, even though I do not have a position in gold. Silver is breaking out even more. We're still using the numbers here. Probably should drop that. Numbers clutter my chart. I'm starting to really prefer. Oh, I turned off the MRI. Starting to prefer the cleanness of the MRI instead. Well, anyway, it's still loading. Oil is holding steady. Oil has gone up a lot. It's now $40 a barrel again. Let's look at the S&P. S&P is holding in there. Rough candle, but like I said, we're swinging to new highs here. That's impressive. Really impressive. Okay. Oh, wow. Is Canaan rising? Totally missed that trade. We've been talking about it, though. I want to point your attention to a couple of charts right here. So copper had a beautiful, this is how I like to get these tops in the MRI. Perfect. Let's see if this causes a significant pullback in copper. Let's hope I remember to keep watching it. The stock I was notified of this morning, of course, a day late and $1 short, but that stock, what was that ticker again? SNG. So SNG is in the news for some, Corona something. What was it? Synergen's drug shows reduced risk of severe disease in COVID-19 patients. So that's strange. That should not be a 2. That's a bug. Interesting. I need to take a screenshot sent to my dev. Still working on it. This is why this indicator is not out yet. That should not be a 2. That should be a 1. Let me just text my dev real quick. So the red 2 indicates that this is 2 buy signals back to back, but we didn't have that. We had it here. See, that's a red 1, and then you go immediately into a red 2. You can count the number of candles between them. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because the math's the same. But this red 2 is correct. This red 2 should be a red 1 because it's the first buy indication out of the sell. But here's why someone in my group said, wow, because they looked at the stock. Look, this indicator has nothing to do with, like, no one knew that good news was going to break. But man, if you were watching this stock and the only reason you went in was because of MRI, here's your daily, but here's the kick. Oh, sorry, this is the weekly. This is the weekly red 2 buy, but here's the daily. So there's a red 2 on a weekly, and then boom, here's the daily. The daily did the same. Though something is weird here. Oh, right. So you got a weekly indication 2 weeks ago, and it didn't really go much lower. And then it breaks out, off the daily. There's your daily buy indication. So it's like it's just dumb luck, you know. But I thought that was kind of cool, so I wanted to pull that up. But we're gonna look at Tesla. Right, so Tesla is not really pumping to the upside, which is concerning, but no indication of trend. But this is also a bullish flag pennant. If you're curious what that is, again, tonevays.com, learn trading, right here, bullish pennant, right there, with a symmetric triangle. That is what Tesla looks like to me right now. You know, you rose up hard, and now you're making this triangle. Canaan, yeah, I never got into this stock. Wow, look at that. Look at that. So Canaan gave a beautiful buying opportunity on the weekly scale. I was talking about taking the trade, but I never did. So look at that. That yellow star is going to become green. What a beautiful buying opportunity there. It went up. It didn't go up much, considering how much it may not be too late. But you know, off the close of that candle, that's a 22% move. That's a pretty damn good move. 22% in 2 weeks. That's pretty good. Even if you use like the current price right now. That's a beautiful weekly MRI buy. Nice. Whoever took the trade, you've done well. No risk at all. Like you were never like losing in this position. Maybe for like a day. Beautiful trade. Anything on a daily scale? See, the daily scale wasn't aligning with the weekly scale. The daily scale told you that there was a bearish trend in the making on July 13th. It also told you there's a bearish trend in the making on July 29th. But right here, there are buying opportunities off the daily trend that have exhausted this last MRI buy. Yeah, Square was another one that was pumping. Oh, Square is spelled SQ. AQ is not very useful. Yeah, indicator called a nice sell opportunity right near the top. And right now, it is converting into a bullish trend. Okay. Now, what are we doing? Oh, I got Ronaldo. Thank you for your super chat. Let's see what you got. Your MRI stars and arrows are exactly like crypto face green dots for trend change. Useless tool. Half the time is wrong. Welcome to trading. I'm sorry, you want me to do free YouTube videos on something that is 90% accurate? That's what trading is. Welcome to trading. This indicator helps me trade. If it doesn't help you trade, then you don't need it. Look for something else. Like I don't know what else I can say. All right, we got another question. Tone, can you look at BVOL weekly? It's nearing all-time low. Let's take a look. So BVOL is BitMax's volatility indicator. And there's an end of day one. Here's a 24-hour one. There's a 7-day one. There's multiple ones. I don't know which one you want me to look at. Let's look at the end of day. I don't know what the parameter is here. So here's the daily candle version. MRI is unsupported. I know why that is. That's because I'm using it on the hourly. I don't know if this is the one. There's just too many of them, right? I don't know which one I should be looking at. So I want to look at the 7-day. That just seems like it makes more sense. I think this is best. And this was incredible with the indicators. We are nearing all-time lows, but the trend is still down. Like there's nothing here that's telling you that it's ready to rise. Now, I really like this indicator because look, call the top, call the top, call the top. You can see these ones. There's a one there, one here, one here, one here. There's also ones at the bottom. There's a one right there. There's also one there. There's one right there, one right there, two right there. That's even better. So I'm not sure why that's a 2. I think that's the same bug. Yeah, that's a bug. That should be a 1. We'll fix that. So, like, no matter how far back you go with this thing, it seems to beautifully call like almost every top. Call that one, didn't call this one, called that one, called that one, called that one, called that one. It's really, really fascinating. Called this one, and that's a bottom, and that's a bottom, and that's a bottom right there. I wonder which candle that was on. Oh yeah, right there, right on that giant candle. Look at that. Where is it? Wait, where did it go? Wait, where did it go? Shoot. Did I zoom out too much? See, that's a call to for a top. Oh man, where did it go? I thought I saw. Oh, there it is. That's the one I think I was looking at. Right there. So it's just been silly how it called it all along the way. So let's see what it looks like now. This is the daily chart of the 7-day volatility. One right there. Trend change to the downside. And right now, it's not calling the bottom. It called the bottom 2 days ago, but we're now significantly lower than that. So can it go lower? I guess it's possible. Let me look at the weekly version. Oh, what do you see right there? Boom. I like that. It's possible that the volatility is coming to an end. Look at the last time we got one of these arrows with a 1 right there and right there. So yeah, can Bitcoin's volatility start to rise? I think so. Just look at every time we got one of these green arrows off of 1. Here, we went up the next week. Here, we went up the next week. Here, we went up a little bit the next week, but then 2 weeks later, we really went up. So they've been fairly good. Nothing, no green arrows. And that's it. That's when they started the index. Yeah, so this week or next week, Bitcoin has a high probability of picking up some volatility. There you go. This is the best one to look at. The 7-day on daily and weekly scales. Tone would be teaching nutrition from a yacht if he had a secret 90% indicator. That's possible. That's actually possible. Now, the question is, we have, how many people are watching this right now? I don't know, at least 400 or 500 people are watching this. So if I did have a bot that was, making me millions and millions of dollars, that is a possible ending to it. So the question for my 500 live viewers right now and the other people, do you want me to have a 90% profitability bot? Because the end result of that could be Tone not doing technical analysis anymore and actually teaching nutrition from a yacht. That is a possibility I have not ruled out, especially if I can't do my conferences. I'm still trying to do my best to get Bali up and running, but understanding Bitcoin in Malta is officially canceled. I should probably make a formal announcement. Hey, Marius, I think you joined us late. I spent about 10 minutes talking about the consolidation between 9 and 10K. The chances to increase that the pullback would be less significant. No, it doesn't increase the chances that the pullback is less significant, though that is a good additional question to what I've been saying. Like, for example, like what I was saying, the consolidation between 6 and 7,000 for 3 months or 2.5 months did not make this drop less significant or less severe. That's not how it works. If Bitcoin's ultimate path is down towards 7,000, whether this consolidates for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months does not change how far it will fall if it breaks 9,000. That's independent. But if it manages to avoid the fall completely and continues to consolidate for closer to 9 months, so at least 6 to 7 months, then the probability of the fall not happening starts to get pretty high, and then we can just break out. But consolidation never reduces the crash in size. In fact, if we crash towards the end of the consolidation, it can make this crash worse. So consolidation before a crash actually accelerates the speed and the magnitude of the crash. Okay, so I have one other really good question. And then maybe if there's something else comes up, because I should probably turn the camera on here. Okay, so I had a good question. It's a follow-up question that I've answered several times, and it's from a friend of mine. So I'm going to read the question. When Tone was in Sydney earlier this year, we chatted briefly about what would happen when fees stopped. What would motivate miners to mine? He had a really good answer, and I can't remember what he said. Okay, so the fees are not going to stop. The fees are going to go higher. So remember what Satoshi Nakamoto originally said. So what Satoshi Nakamoto originally said was, in the future, when the mining subsidy becomes too small, so many people would be using Bitcoin that the fees are going to continue to sustain Bitcoin's mining. Now we have Lightning, and Lightning takes a lot of the fees off chain. So now you have these little tiny mining fees, and now this is where people are getting kind of scared. Well, the mining subsidy is going away, and a lot of the fees are going to go away because of Lightning. So will miners have enough fees? I believe the miners will have enough fees when these Lightning channels open and close. It should be enough fees for the miner. But my more advanced answer is as follows. There will be enough mining to keep that part of Bitcoin's decentralization alive, providing plenty of hash rate at a loss to the miner. Now, you can say, why in the world would an idiot pay for mining at a loss? Well, just think about your life. In your daily life, how many subscriptions do you pay for at a loss? How many of you have been paying for a gym membership for the last 5 years, and you've gone to the gym maybe the first half of January of every year, right? So why are you paying for this gym membership? how many of you pay for, like, for example, I pay for an internet connection that I barely use. I'm outside the country 10 months a year, and yet I pay for an internet connection. Okay. So we are very used to paying for shit that we don't use, but we pay for it because it's important to us. It's important to us when we need it. So one of the reasons why I pay for internet when I'm not even there is because when I arrive there, I don't want to waste my time calling the company or whatever, you know. I just want it to always be active. You never know. You know, a friend comes, needs a place to stay, whatever. And Bitcoin mining is going to work just like that. Okay. You will be paying for it as a utility. Let me give you another example. And this is my favorite example. I'm sure, again, 500 people watching, I'm sure at least 10 to 15% of you pay a Netflix subscription. You pay that Netflix subscription with dollars. You pay it with your credit card. So Netflix, for some God knows what reason, doesn't accept Bitcoin for its services. I think that's insane because I'm sure Netflix deals with lots of credit card issues, credit card fraud, all kinds of shit. Netflix probably doesn't exist in many countries due to the fact that they can't accept credit cards from those countries. They're not developed enough. They have rampant credit card fraud, whatever. But Netflix can probably make, I don't know if they'll make an extra $1 billion in revenue, but imagine if you never had to subscribe to Netflix. If you wanted to watch a movie right now on Netflix or a show, a QR code would pop up and you would just scan the QR code on your television from your couch and just watch that movie. And the moment that Bitcoin, hits the blockchain, they can start showing you the movie. And if that Bitcoin, doesn't process halfway through the movie, they can cut your movie off. Okay. So it won't be easy. They can use their own node. They can mandate a specific fee to prevent double spending. Netflix can force a certain fee in there, or you're not going to get to watch the movie. And right, there's no 3% charge on a credit card. But the point is, by utilizing Bitcoin, Netflix can expand their business to not only to regions they're not even a part of right now. They can offer their service a la carte. Like, I don't want to pay for a Netflix subscription. I don't watch that much TV, but I'll pay, $3 to watch a movie sometimes or a season of a show. Make it simple. So imagine if Netflix is earning an extra $1 billion thanks to the existence of Bitcoin and its ability to prevent counterfeit and fraud. God knows how much money Netflix is losing due to credit card fraud. If Netflix can increase their revenue by $1 billion, why would Netflix not run a mining farm where they lose $200 million a year running the mining farm? Because the loss of that $200 million allows them to keep the other $800 million due to Bitcoin's existence. And they should be happy to spend and lose money on mining, keeping Bitcoin decentralized and functioning as it is. They should even put their best programmer to Bitcoin Core to help code Bitcoin and pay his, $300,000 salary to assist with Bitcoin Core development. That is the future of why Bitcoin mining will be with us forever. And I hope people understand that. And there is no shitcoin that has ever been created or will be created that will have this kind of organic need, organic demand, this voluntary burning of fiat money to keep it alive. Does the NASDAQ today remind you of 1999? No, it does not. Absolutely not. In 1999, the technology of the NASDAQ was grossly overhyped. 1999 was more like 2017 in shitcoin land, where all you had to do was do an ICO. It didn't matter if it made sense. It didn't matter if you were ever going to get it off the ground, and your unlicensed security went through the roof. Today, the NASDAQ is being driven up with leaders, not with garbage. So no, it doesn't even come close to 1999 for me, because the Amazons, the Googles, the Netflix, the Teslas, they are the future. They are the future of tech and innovation. So no, but what the bubble that we are seeing right now is basically driven by the government printing of money and handing it out. And this is what's going to be causing more civil unrest, because eventually the government's going to stop paying people to protest, because they have nothing better to do. People are so misguided. Bitcoin is the future of Bitcoin is gonna free us from government control of money. Government control of money is what is holding you down. And the printing of money is what's creating a lot of these problems. Bitcoin ends that. Shitcoins and ICOs is the printing of money. If you believe in these shitcoins, you believe that Bitcoin will not make a difference in the world. You believe in government inflation. You believe in the suppression of people's financial ability. That's what you are doing when you are promoting shitcoins. You are not righteous. You are not helping society. You are holding society back for your own personal benefit. Now, as a capitalist, I shouldn't have that much of a problem with it. I just wish people were smarter and actually understood that believing in these shitcoins is actually holding back the space, not advancing it. Any news from Embly on the replacement card? I hear it's coming real soon. I'm waiting for mine as well, man. All right, guys. I have a workshop coming up this upcoming Saturday that I have to make some slides for and plan out for the workshop. If you go to tonevays.com, I am improving the learn trading section every day. Or after I'm done with this video, I'm going to try to knock out a couple of more oscillators here. I'm trying to fill out this section, add a couple of new pictures too. So I'm going to try to update a lot of this stuff. It's a lot of work, actually. It looks simple, but it's not. And my next workshop coming up is right here. That is going to be risk and account management. 2 seats left. I can add a couple of seats. It's a webinar. So check that out. And on-demand videos. I have replaced the video in intro trading with the 6-hour video that I did this past weekend. This Saturday is part 2, which is risk management. And the risk management video will replace this one and this one together. So that's what it'll do. And then probably sometime in August, I will release the MRI indicator, and we will have a 6-hour webinar on teaching people how to use it. Yeah, definitely no poker for me this Friday. Been playing with some friends online. They're asking. No, I'm gonna be. I'm a pretty terrible procrastinator when it comes to important shit. So I'm sure I'll be cramming the night before for the workshop. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for me. Thank you for watching. I do want to glance maybe at Amazon stock. Forgot to take a look at that. Wow, look at the Amazon pump. Oh, beautiful MRI top on the daily. What does the weekly look like? Oh boy. You have a weekly double sell coming off a daily sell. Look, the stock market has been tricky for me personally to navigate right now. The daily chart is turning bullish, and we may hit a new all-time high going into the election. Hell, we may hit a new all-time high next week at this pace. We're only 100 points off the all-time high. It is absolutely incredible. Here's the weekly scale. We just started a bullish trend on a weekly scale. We did it before and before, so we have 3 bullish trends in a row. Again, simplicity of the MRI versus all those numbers is that the MRI has given us 3 bullish trends in a row without a bearish trend at any point on a weekly scale. Very interesting. That wasn't the best bullish trend indication. I will be the first to admit on a weekly scale. Nothing is going to be perfect. Nothing will be perfect. It was good prior time. Not bad here either. We certainly went higher. All right, that's it. Now that's it. Hey guys, thank you so much. I kept this to an hour, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.